I seek to learn and share with you my own journey and path of learning and understanding on the level I am. The interpretation and views are my own. This passage is a sacred redefinition of giving, not as transaction or charity, but as an act of communion, of spirit recognizing spirit. The Prophet, on Giving by Kahlil Gibran, then a rich man, speak to us of giving. And he answered, you give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. For what are your possessions but things you keep and guard for fear you may need them tomorrow? And tomorrow, what shall tomorrow bring to the overprudent dog burying bones in the trackless sand as he follows the pilgrims to the holy city? And what is fear of need but need itself? Is not dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable? There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. There are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. And there are those who give with pain, and that pain is their baptism. And there are those who give and know not pain in giving, nor do they seek joy, nor give with mindfulness of virtue. They give as in yonder valley the myrtle breathes its fragrance into space. Through the hands of such as these God speaks, and from behind their eyes he smiles upon the earth. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked, through understanding, and to the open-handed the search for one who shall receive is joy greater than giving. And is there aught you would withhold? All you have shall some day be given, therefore give now, that the season of giving may be yours and not your inheritors. You often say, I would give, but only to the deserving. The trees in your orchard say not so, nor the flocks in your pasture. They give that they may live, for to withhold is to perish. Surely he who is worthy to receive his days and his nights, is worthy of all else from you. And he who has deserved to drink from the ocean of life deserves to fill his cup from your little stream. And what desert greater shall there be, than that which lies in the courage and confidence, nay the charity, of receiving? And who are you that men should rend their bosom and unveil their pride, that you may see their worth naked and their pride unabashed? See first that you yourself deserve to be a giver, and an instrument of giving. For the truth is life that gives unto life, while you, who deem yourself a giver, are but a witness. And you receivers, and you are all receivers, assume no weight of gratitude, lest you lay a yoke upon yourself and upon him who gives. Rather rise together with the giver on his gifts as on wings, for to be overmindful of your debt, is to doubt his generosity who has the free-hearted earth for mother and God for father. And on giving, Gibran again elevates a seemingly ordinary concept into a mystical principle. Through both a philosophical and psychological lens, he shows that true giving is not about material exchange, but about presence, surrender, and love without condition. Let's explore the deeper currents beneath the words. On giving. 1. Giving of possessions versus giving of self. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Philosophically, Gibran is challenging materialism. Possessions are transient, often entangled in fear, ego, or pride. But when you give of yourself, your time, presence, attention, understanding, you offer something of eternal value. Psychologically, this speaks to authentic connection. Giving from the heart, empathy, time, vulnerability, nourishes both giver and receiver. In contrast, giving for image or obligation creates emptiness and resentment. 2. The fear of need is itself need. And what is fear of need but need itself? Is not dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable. This is profound. Fear creates the very lack it fears. Philosopher's lens, Gibran warns of the spiritual poverty of the overcautious, the one who hoards for tomorrow, never knowing the richness of now. Psychologically, this is rooted in scarcity mindset. The more we fear lack, the more we disconnect from the abundance already present. 3. 3 types of givers. There are those who give little. For recognition. Those who have little and give all. Those who give and know not pain nor seek joy. Gibran describes 3 archetypes of giving. Giver, type, essence, psychological meaning. For recognition, ego-driven, conditional, seeks validation, lacks true empathy. From scarcity, faith-filled, sacrificial, operates from trust in life, not from fear. From fullness, pure, effortless, divine, unconscious grace, no need to be seen. Through the hands of such as these, God speaks. Gibran teaches that the highest giver is not even aware they are giving. It is natural, like fragrance from a flower. This is the Tao of generosity, effortless action, wu wei, without self-concern. 4. Give unasked. Through understanding, it is well to give when asked, but better to give unasked, through understanding. This is the deep empathy of true love, to sense need before it is spoken. It's not about saving, but seeing. Philosophically, it aligns with compassionate presence, to be so attuned to another that giving becomes a reflex of shared existence. Psychologically, it reflects mature emotional intelligence. Giving unasked is not presumption, it is connection without intrusion. 5. Give to all, not just the deserving. You often say, I would give, but only to the deserving. And who are you? Gibran confronts judgment and pride. Who are we to decide who deserves help, dignity, or compassion? Philosophers critique, conditional giving is rooted in ego superiority, the need to feel better than the one receiving. Psychologically, this reveals the shadow, the part of us that fears vulnerability and projects it onto others. See first that you yourself deserve to be a giver. This is a mirror turned inward. Are we worthy to be used as an instrument of love? True giving demands inner humility and clarity, not external wealth. 6. Receivers are also givers and you receivers, and you are all receivers, assume no weight of gratitude. Philosophical inversion. Gibran makes a powerful claim, receiving, too, is sacred. To receive with grace is to affirm the giver's generosity. Psychologically, some find it harder to receive than to give, it makes them feel dependent, weak, or indebted. But Gibran urges a shift, to receive without shame, allowing love to complete its flow. Rise together with the giver on his gifts as on wings. The giver and the receiver are not separate. In true giving, both are lifted, there is no hierarchy. Summary, Gibran's teachings on giving theme. Gibran's wisdom: possessions versus presence. True giving comes from self, not stuff. Scarcity versus trust. Fear of lack is itself a form of need. Joyful, painful, pure giving. Highest giving is unconscious and divine unasked giving. Understanding precedes words. Deserving versus inclusive. Give without judgment, life has already chosen them. Receivership. To receive well is to honor the gift. Sacred exchange. True giving uplifts both soul and world. Final reflection. Gibran dismantles the illusion that giving is doing for others. He reveals it as a sacred act of being with others, a form of divine participation in the mystery of life flowing through life. To give truly is to surrender your ego, your fear, your need for credit, and become a vessel through which life blesses itself. Thank you for sharing in my journey.